Welcome to Draft Day Suits Wild Card Weekend Roundtable. I am GoonSquadSarah, and I am here with Kendra HeadlessMom and Kim ClumberKim. And we're here to make our predictions for the Wild Card Weekend for 2013.
Thanks, Sarah. I think this is going to be a wild weekend indeed. We've got 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and we're going to start off with the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Houston. That game will be Saturday at 4:30. And Kendra, who do you think is going to win this one?
Yeah, I think the Texans take it hands down, despite their downward spiral the last few weeks. I just think that they're not going to stand for this anymore. They're going to put it together, and they're going to just really take care of it. The Bengals just don't have much juice left. They're the Bengals. Okay, they made it to the playoffs, but I just don't think it's going to happen. This game has no injuries of note, so they're going in pretty fresh, but I just think the Texans will take it.
Okay, Sarah, what do you think?
I actually agree. I mean, the Bengals haven't won a playoff game since 1990, and this is normally where I'd start yelling about how they're due, but I just think Houston played so well for the whole beginning of the year, and I think that they still have that in them, and I still think they're a great team. J.J. Watt is a monster, and I think that Houston is just a better team this year, and I think that they're going to really put it together and win this one.
Okay, I agree that Houston will win. I think it's going to be a little bit closer. We always call them the Bungles around Pittsburgh, and but hey, nobody got arrested this year. Right?
Maybe it is the apocalypse.
Exactly. Maybe the Mayans were right. We have a whole category on Draft Day Suit about Bengals getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen this year. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, the law firm, as we love to call him, he's been nursing a hammy, and I think heading south is going to be good for him. I think being in the frozen north, where I am and where Ohio is and all that, has not been good for him. And I think that he is due to have a good game. But the Texans, they were expecting a bye this week, I think. They really were expecting a bye. They were expecting to be sitting at home.
Thanks to the Broncos.
Yeah. Feet up. Watching all these games, not playing in one. And I part of me thinks that they're going to come out and just be really pissed off. But I still think it's going to be tight, but the Houston will prevail. Hi, Grace. Shout out to your Texans. We miss you. Moving on to the 8 o'clock Saturday game, Minnesota Vikings traveling to Green Bay. Not quite deja vu all over again, but these two teams met last week in Minnesota, where Minnesota came out of that one. Sarah, take it away.
Yeah, that game last week was a great game. It was close. I'm excited to see these two teams play again. This is going to be my upset pick. Green Bay, they have a great record. They did fine. They're still not the team they were last year. I don't care what anybody says. And Adrian Peterson has just been nuts. I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota here. I think they have confidence. Now they did it last week. I think they have confidence they can do it again.
Okay. Kendra, do you agree?
I agree, Sarah. I think the Ponder-Peterson angle, I think they want it. I think they want it worse than Green Bay does. I think they're going to do it. I really, really do.
Well, I'm going to dissent here. I think back home in Green Bay, with Ponder nursing an elbow and the Packers getting Cobb back this week, I think the cold works in their favor. I saw a great piece that has given me an earworm for the rest of the weekend about Harris doesn't like the cold, but they made the running backs practice in shirt sleeves a couple of days ago to try and get them used to it, and there was something about the size of Harris's hands being an advantage. I have this whole big hands, I know you're the one thing. But That said, really, this is where we get our material. I'm a child of the 70s. But I was in college in the 80s, so I have all that music. So yeah, I am gonna go with Green Bay at home. I also think it's tough to beat with a team 2 weeks in a row. And that I will go so far as to say this point spread will be the largest of the 4 games. So that's me out on a limb. Moving on to the Sunday games. Indy visiting Baltimore. Is that Indy playing Indy, or the Baltimore playing Baltimore, or something like that? I don't know. It's the revenge game, 1 o'clock on Sunday in Baltimore. Kendra, what do you think about the Colts visiting the Ravens?
This is the only game where I'm really on the fence this week. I think that the Colts really want it for their coach, and I think Andrew Luck is on a roll. I think his team have that certain je ne sais quoi that the Broncos had last year going into Wild Card Weekend. But then there is the Ravens with their inexplicable, very good record. And there's the Lewis factor. With Ray Lewis announcing that this is his last season, his team really wants it for him. And I think that they're going to be playing with just a really great amount of excitement. They're at home. And I don't want to pick the Ravens. I really want the Colts to win. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this game is going to go. So I was hoping not to lead on this one because I wanted to hear what Sarah and Kim had to say. So we'll come back to me with my pick after I hear what you guys have to say.
Okay. You know who I'm going to pick.
Two words to ponder while we talk, Kendra. Joe Flacco.
All right. Well, I'll give you 2 more words then.
Sarah.
If your 2 words are Joe Flacco, my 2 words are Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
Because they won a Super Bowl
all together now, all 3 of us.
Trent Dilfer. And if you can win a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer, you can certainly win a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. Now, I do not think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, but I do think they're going to win this game. And yes, the Ray Lewis factor. But also, Indianapolis has the 29th ranked rushing defense, and Baltimore has Ray Rice. So, they pulled it together for their coach last year, and they've had a great year, and they're a good team, and Luck's been playing fantastic. They've done really well, and they're doing great. However, Baltimore's a better team. Baltimore's at home. And Baltimore has Ray Rice against the 29th ranked rushing defense. So I have to take the Ravens. I know you guys hate that.
I don't have to take it. You can't make me.
Can't.
Under any circumstances can you make me take the Ravens. Frankly, I don't think the Ravens have any business being in the playoffs. I love Ray Rice. I will give you that. I adore Ray Rice. Ray Rice was very good to me 2 years ago in fantasy football. But I still think Luck and Indy have exactly that je ne sais quoi, the extra something that is going to take them 1 more week into the playoffs. I'm going with Indy, and I think it'll be close. I think it'll be closer than Green Bay and Minnesota, but I'm going to stick with Indy. Now, what do you think?
All right, Kendra.
I agree.
With help you.
I agree with Kim. I'm going to stick with the Colts.
This frightens me beyond belief, but Sarah knows stuff about football. I pull it out of my butt. That's more than enough about the Ravens, I think. Seattle Seahawks coming into your fair city, Sarah, to play your Redskins Sunday at 4:30.
I am so excited to watch this game. it's one of the most exciting offenses in the NFL against the most exciting defense in the NFL. And I think this game is going to be so fun to watch. RG3 is not 100%, but he's still RG3. And like, we like to make fun of him for a long time at the beginning of this year because the city was going so crazy, but I think I'm a believer. He's done amazing things as a rookie. He doesn't look like a rookie at all. He does not play like a rookie. Neither does Alfred Morris.
His teammates say neither of them are like rookies.
And I have no idea. I mean, Alfred Morris, what was FAU? I mean, holy crap. And he's so good, and he can carry whatever Griffin is lacking. I've been watching, I live here, and so I've been watching the Redskins play for years now, and I've never seen them have a team that is this much fun to watch. They're really, it's exciting, and it's fun, and the city's going nuts about this team.
It's crazy. It's like the Mayan thing again. You have the Nats and the Redskins.
I know, and we're not, like, our hockey team's not even good. Well, there's no hockey. I don't even want to talk about hockey right now. It makes me sad.
But Ovi's getting married.
My mind tells me I should be picking Seattle. My gut tells me to pick Washington. I'm going to take the Redskins. I think they're going to bring this one. And FedEx Field really isn't that much of a home field advantage, you wouldn't think. They don't win here more often than they win on the road, but I'm taking them anyway. I think the Redskins are going to win this one.
Okay, Kendra. What do you think?
I agree with Sarah. The Seahawks are not as good on the road as they are at home. Yes, they're good and they get a lot done, but after watching last week's game with the band and all of that stuff, I just think that the Redskins are going to just keep bringing it at home, and they did a really good job. The atmosphere in that stadium last week it felt more like a college game, at least watching it on TV, and it was exciting and it was fun, and I really think you're right that that excitement is building, and they have every reason to celebrate Griffin and Morris. I mean, they're an amazing team, and I think that what they were talking about Shanahan, and he's finally found his people that he's been looking for in his 5-year plan, and knowing what he can do with the right people and the right people in the right spots. I think that they've got it, and they're going to have it for a while, and I'm taking the Skins in this game.
Yeah, and I think that Kyle Shanahan deserves some of that credit too, and Haslett too. I mean, their offensive and defensive coordinators have done a fabulous job this year.
Yeah,
I think Kyle Shanahan's going to get one of those head coaching jobs as soon as the Washington season's over.
As soon as the dust settles on coaching jobs.
I think people are waiting for him.
Yeah, I agree, and I actually saw a blurb about that on one of the sites I was cruising this morning. I'm going to make it 3 for the Redskins, and all hail the NFL for not scheduling a game to butt up against the Downton Abbey Season 3 premiere. May this game be over, or at least over enough before that premiere, because I'm switching channels. Sorry. I think they say that Garcon is going to be close to 100%, and RG3 as well. I think
and RG3 prone to Garcon.
Right.
They've had some good games together.
Right. I think it's still going to be fun to watch. I think it's going to be close. But I think the Redskins will emerge. So, any parting thoughts, ladies?
Do we need to? I mean, we know where Ed is, but
well, we know where Ed isn't. In fact,
can we have a look at your mug?
You can. I forgot to figure out a way so that you could see it properly, but that does say, what would Ed Hockley do?
He wouldn't officiate a playoff game, I guess.
Yeah, that you'll have to keep an eye on footballzebras.com Give a
Or you can check out Jen B. Shaw's post on Drafty Suit.
that too. Hey, I've heard of this Drafty. Yeah, Football Zebras is where I look for the latest, although they've had to backpedal slightly, maybe, in the last week or so. It will be interesting to see where, if anywhere, we see Ed the rest of the season, or if we have to wait until August.
No, say it isn't so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough it's cold and he has to wear all that clothing, so... At least in August it'll be warm. How old is he? Yeah, I don't know myself. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a wild card weekend.
Thank you, ladies. Have fun, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye.